Welcome back, Nintendo collectors. Alex here with another video. This is the long-awaited Super Nintendo collection video. Haven't done one of these for such a long time. It's only because I've been busy with, other videos, and I've been ill as well. Just haven't managed to get one out there. But I've still been buying loads of games. Maybe one or two a month, something like that. If I work on a Saturday, it pays for a game. And as you can see on this back wall, they've slowly been building up. I've got 3 rows there and 3 rows down. That's roughly about 80 games, I think. And this side I'm hoping to fill as well. So I'm hoping to get around 200 of my favourite Super Nintendo games and stop there. There's a few games in my collection I'll probably swap. There are a few dud ones in my collection, to be honest with you. But I've got a nice little list, and maybe we'll go over that a bit later, of my favourite top 200 games that I want to complete for my collection. And then we'll just go forward supporting Nintendo with a new Switch, because otherwise, it's never ending. I'm not a completist. I don't really want to collect a full Snes collection because I'd be bankrupt if I did. But there's around about 200 games that I really do want to collect, and we'll go into that a bit later. Also, guys, I just wanted to mention, looking around my games room here, I've got a big empty space here on the wall that I want to put a really cool piece of artwork, but I've got no ideas. I've been banging a brick wall trying to think of, a really cool piece of artwork to put on there, and I just can't find any. If any of you guys out there know of a really cool artist or of any cool artwork that you think might go really well on my wall, I'll be absolutely over the moon. I'm into Zelda, Metroid, Super Smash Brothers, anything like that would be really cool. It's just so bare, and I do like my artwork, but I've just got no idea what to put up there. I've been searching the internet and eBay for ages and just can't find anything. So if any of you guys can suggest a cool piece of artwork to go on that wall, I'd be really appreciated. So got loads of games to show you this week. Pickups. Also, we're going to have a look at the Sharp SF1 TV. We haven't looked at that yet, and we'll do a bit of gameplay as well. So without further ado, let's go and check out some Super Nintendo games. Right, guys, I have got 8 games here to showcase in this week's video. A lot of these games I've never played before until I actually picked them up recently. There's only one game in this collection I had back in the day, so I've got a lot of nostalgia with. The rest I've just picked up on a whim, just to try out. Actually, there's 1 or 2 there that have been a Grail game for me, so there's a really cool Grail game in this collection a lot of you would love to own, and it's taken me quite a while to get the funds to get it. We'll have a look at that a bit later, and we'll probably play that on the SF1 TV because it is that good a game. So let's start off, guys, with the first game, which is called On the Ball. Bit of a naff name, but wait till you hear the arcade version's name. This was in the arcade and it went under the name of Camel Tree. Yeah, where the hell did they get that name from? I don't know. It's got nothing to do with the game at all, camels. But it's On the Ball's got to be better than that, isn't it? Basically, this is a marble type game. You've got to negotiate your ball around a maze, just get it to the end without sort of in a time limit. And there's loads of obstacles on the way, like springs that catapult you across the screen. And the way this game works, your ball actually is sort of stagnant in the middle of the screen, and you rotate the screen around it. So it does become a little nauseating, but you do get used to it. It is a good game. The arcade version actually had a spinner, which I think would work a lot better. So you just spin the screen around, instead of using the D-pad on the Super Nintendo. But it's a really good game. I like it because it's a good pick up and play game. It's got a real arcade feel about it, and it's a pretty good arcade port. It really, really is. The Mode 7 is excellent. The music's really good, and the backgrounds are really cool as well, really funky. So have a look at this, guys. This is On the Ball. Didn't pay that much, about 25 quid's in excellent condition. As you can see from the screenshots there, the ball is centered and the screen you rotate around it. It's a really fun game. There's about 24 levels, not that many, but there's 1 to 4 difficulty levels, so you could go back and replay it if you want it on a harder setting. Really cool game. I recommend this, guys. It is really, really good. That's my first one. My second game is the one that I had back in the day. So I've got a lot of nostalgia with Super Star Wars. It was it had all the music from the film. It had a lot of the monsters from the film. It was an excellent Star Wars game, you know, tie-in with the film, where a lot of movie tie-ins back in the day were not good. This is a good tie-in. If you can get past level 4, level 4 is just ridiculously hard. That end of level boss at level 4 is just ruthless. It's so hard, it's stupid, and that's its downfall with this game. It's just too hard. It gets too hard too quickly, and it just puts you off. But other than that, the first 4 levels are really, really cool. It's worth playing just for that. Whether it's worth owning for that, I don't know. But I've got a lot of nostalgia with this game. Lovely box art. It's in fantastic condition, as you can see. Now, what I didn't know, guys, is there's 2 different publishers for this game. There's TNX and JVC, and I'm not sure which is the better, or whether there's any difference. Maybe you can let me know, guys. This is the JVC version. There's also a TNX version. Now, to me, TNX sounds like better, because TNX you all saw advertising in the cinema for the film, so I'm thinking I've got the wrong version. Can you let me know in the comments below whether I've got the right version, because I don't know. But anyway, this is the JVC version. Just have a sip of the rum and coke, guys. Get a bit dry. Next up is Wing Commander. Now, I think this game was better on the PC, although I've never played it. I've just read reviews and seen YouTube clips, and I do think this is a really bad port. I played it briefly and didn't think that much of it, guys. Yeah, it doesn't hold up that well at all. Maybe I'll give it another go. Don't think this will be staying in the collection, to be honest with you. It's one of those games picked up on the whim. It's fairly cheap. I think I only paid about 10 quid for it. It's not in bad nick. It's got a few scuffs on the corner there, but not a great game, guys. I wouldn't bother with this one. If you know, I'd save your pennies for another game. But still, you know, interesting to give it a go. But I don't think I'll be going back to that. Now, the next game up is probably a grail game for a lot of people. It's a rare game. It's a very expensive game, but it is a bloody awesome game. It's a flawless game. I think it's a game that every Super Nintendo should have, and it's probably a game that you know, you would treasure as your grail game in your Super Nintendo collection. It is the almighty, the fantastic Wild Guns. This game is bloody awesome. It really, really is good, but be prepared to pay a lot of money for it. I got this in the summertime. I think I paid about 340 quid for it. It's not in the best nick. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But it's a game that I've wanted to play for ages. I've never played it before. Read loads of reviews on it. Saw loads of YouTube clips. Just thought I've got to own this game. It's so cool. Look at the box art, guys. Cowboys versus robots. What else do you want? You know, so cool. So this game, you've got a choice of 2 characters, Clint and Anne. You can play simultaneously 2 players on the screen at once. You can see your characters at the bottom of the screen, and you've got a little crosshair that you shoot the enemies with. You've got a really cool risk-reward element in the game. Sorry, this is Pixie. She's sitting on my lap. Where if you shoot the enemy bullets, you can get your power meter up at the bottom, and once it's full, you've got like a Vulcan cannon that just obliterates everything on the screen. And it's so awesome. You feel so powerful. Such a cool little risk-reward element in it. But of course, you've got to shoot the bullets, or you can dodge out the way. It does give you a little warning. It says look out. It's like a little lookout bubble, speech bubble above your character that pops up, so you can either dodge out the way of the bullets or you can shoot them. That choice is yours. That's what makes it a great game. Good risk-reward element in it. Let's have a look at the box art. You can see some screenshots on the back, a little bit of artwork at the bottom. Let's open it up. You can see my version of this game is not in the best nick. I'd give it probably a 6 out of 10, if that. On first glances, it looks great, and that's probably what, when I brought it, that's what I was looking at. But if you look at this end, it's obviously got damp at some point, and it's very, very soft on the cardboard, but it's still got its original cellophane with the Y seam on the edge here. I've had a look at the carton size, it's all got the original ROM, so it's all legit. I'm just happy. It sits on the shelf. You can see it's Wild Guns. It's an original box. For me, just to play this game on original hardware is just brilliant. I tell you guys, it's such a good game. Look at that. It's just a shame this end's all damp, but I guess I wouldn't have got it that cheap. You're probably looking at about 400 or 500 quid for this game in better condition. Some people pay 300 just for the cart alone. So we'll open it up. It's missing one flap. It's got the top flap, which is nearly had it. But we'll open it up. It's got the original baggie. It's got the original manual. As you can see there, look. Where's the manual? Let's have a look at the manual. And the manual's not bad. It's got a little nick at the top here. It's got damp at some point because it's got little sort of creases in it. You can feel it as you put your hand across it. And it's just got screenshots inside. No real artwork. Just loads of cool screenshots and stats and end of level bosses and whatnot. End of level bosses there, guys, look. But to have the original manual, to have the original carton box, for me, that'll do me for now. Maybe at a later date when I've got my 200 games that I want in my collection, maybe I'll update it for a better condition one. That's what you can always do. But prices are going up, I better be quick. So really chuffed to get that. This is a grail game for me. What a fantastic game. You've got to play it, guys. It really, really is good. It's a game that should have been in the arcade. Would have made a really good arcade game, that. So that is Wild Guns. Next up is another, well, this is a arcade game, Killer Instinct, which I don't remember playing in the arcade. I don't remember this. I know there was a big hoo-ha when it came out. You know, it had, I think it had silicon graphics, new graphics, superimposed sort of characters. I think like Mortal Kombat. I believe. I'm not sure. But you know what? I played the N64 version. Obviously, it's a more powerful system. It is a better game. It's alright, it's not great. I prefer Mortal Kombat, prefer Street Fighter. But this was a game by Rare, which made a lot of games for Nintendo back in the day. Cool to have the collection though. You know, it was a big game back in the day, and it has a lovely black cart, which is awesome. You've got to own it just for the black cart, haven't you? How cool is that? There's not many Snes games with black carts. I don't know if the PAL versions did that. I don't think they did. It was only American ones that had these different coloured carts. It's got the manual. I've put my own little baggie on it already. It's got all the stuff in there. In really good condition. Really happy to have this in the collection. Even though it's not a great game, I don't think so. I don't think it holds up that well today. But there you go, guys. Killer Instinct in the collection. In very good condition. I'd give that a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10. You know, that's in a fabulous condition. Nice to get that. Right, another Star Wars game, Empire Strikes Back. Never played this. I don't know whether it's harder than the first version, but willing to give it a go. It's got to be easier. They must have learnt their lessons from the first one. This is another JVC publisher. So again, let us know whether the TNX version is better or whether I've got the worst one. I don't know if there's any difference. It's not in great condition. I'd give it, what, a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10. Again, I don't think I paid much for this, probably about 15 quid. Took a cheeky little bid on it on eBay and I won it, so still, there we go, guys. That is the Empire Strikes Back. Next up is another movie tie-in, RoboCop 3. A lot of movie tie-ins back in the 90s. A lot of them were really bad. This is one of them. I don't like this game at all. I've actually got a loose cut of this as well, so I'll probably be moving one of these on. Don't think this will stay in the collection, but you know, it's not in bad condition. It's just got a little price sticker mark there. Other than that, I would give this a 9 out of 10. But it is missing the manual. So if any of you guys have got the manual for RoboCop 3, it'd be much appreciated. It just comes with, it's got the original baggie. It just comes with this really naff 90s RoboCop 3 poster, which is not going on my wall. That is definitely not going on my bare wall. It's pretty naff, isn't it? But if you're a RoboCop fan, RoboCop was a cool film when it first came out. Do you know what? I've never seen too often. There was a RoboCop 3, wasn't there? There must have been, because I made a game for it. But I've never seen the film. I've only ever seen the first one, which is absolute classic film. RoboCop is an awesome film. And still is this day. It's one of those films that just holds up. So cool. Right. My next game is a game that was, when it came out, is just one of those games that just turned everything on its side. Everything upside down, I should say, rather. It was like Tomb Raider. Completely different, completely new. Although you could say Wolfenstein that came before it was sort of on the same sort of lines of this, but I never played Wolfenstein. I played this on the PC around my mate's house and was absolutely blown away. What a cool game. What a scary game to play. First person shoot 'em up. Never seen it before. Really cool, evil looking enemies that just scared the life out of me. They really did. But unfortunately, this is a really bad port. I couldn't stand this at all. I played it for about 10 minutes and absolutely hated it. After playing Doom 64 and the N64, which is my favourite, that is a really cool game. Still holds up today. There's not many N64 games that do that, but if you haven't played Doom 64, pick it up, guys. It is a good one, but this one is not a good game. Cool box art. Look at that cool box art. It's got the FX chip in there as well. You'd think it'd be good, but unfortunately it's really slow, really sluggish. The enemies are all cloudy in the background. You can hardly see what's going on, and it just seems to be like a delay when you press fire. It just seems ages that it seems ages that it shoots. But you know, it's in immaculate condition. The box is in excellent condition. You can see some screenshots on the back there, guys. Really cool box art, but have a look at the cart inside. It's got to be worth owning just for the cart, this has. Oh, another thing, guys, I didn't know until recently, because the PAL boxes don't do this. The little purple rectangle there, can you see that? That is the end you're supposed to open up Super Nintendo boxes. I only knew that recently until Retro Dave told me. Because I've only been collecting American boxes this year, really, seriously. And I always try to open that end, but of course you can't, because there's like a little nick in the flap, so you can't open it. This end opens really easily, and that's because it's got this little purple mark there. It tells you this is the end to open. And look at this, guys. How cool is this? A red cart. I think this is the only red cart Super Nintendo game. It's got to be. It's got to be worth owning just for that, isn't it? It's got to be. Even though I'm not going to play it, I'm just going to keep it just for the cart. Look at that. It's so cool. Very cool. Comes complete with a manual, all in excellent condition. So I'm pretty chuffed to get that, but really disappointed that it was a really naff game. Tell me what you think, guys. I'm on my own with that one. It just doesn't hold it. I recommend playing the PC version or the N64 version of Doom. Really bad port. So that's it on the pickups, guys. Now we've got to play Wild Guns on the Sharp SF1 TV. And we'll have a look at the controllers and look at the TV as well. Check this out. Right, guys, so this is my Sharp SF1 TV that came out in Japan only. I managed to nab two of these, a 21-inch and a 14-inch. Both of them were listed as 40, not working. So it was a bit of a gamble for me to get these fixed. They were on the forum for a couple of days, so no one grabbed them. And I took that gamble, took that chance, and took them around to my best mate, Mark, to try and get them fixed. But unfortunately, he could only fix the TV, the monitor side, the tube. He doesn't really know much about the console sides, and that was really the big part that was faulty. But luckily we found another good contact, and he managed to fix both of them, which was absolutely brilliant, because I only paid 150 each for these, which is an absolute bargain, because I mean, you don't see these in the UK whatsoever, because they only come out in Japan, and I think, you know, shipping and damage, getting them over here puts a lot of people off. In fact, I know Alan, my good friend Alan's shipped a few over, and all of them have turned up damaged in one way or another. So I'm really lucky to have a 21-inch perfectly working Sharp SF1 TV in my collection, and it's absolutely fantastic. The picture is amazing, you'll see in a minute. As you can see, the controllers fit in at the front here. It's got the Snes port. You can plug 2 controllers into there. It's got its own Sharp SF1 controller, which is really unusual. I've only got one of these. I'm hoping to get another one off my mate Roger if he sell me one. And it's just amazing, it really is. I mean, putting them side by side next to the Bang & Olufsen looks absolutely fantastic. But you know guys, it's the picture, the sound, and the fact that it just plugs in the cart straight here on the top. You've got the on-off switch here, you've got the reset button, and you've got the eject button here. So let's just power it up, and you can see Street Fighter 0, 2. I'll try and dim the lights down, it might be better actually. And you can see the picture. It's got one speaker, the speaker's on the side, I'll show you that in a minute. So it hasn't got the sound like a Bang & Olufsen's got, but the picture is absolutely perfect. It's difficult to capture this on film, because you might get the lines, but when you see it up close, it is absolutely beautiful. So that's the picture, guys. Let's just turn that off a minute, just go over the TV again, turn the lights up. So it comes with a remote controller as well. It's got this controller here. It's taken me a little while to figure things out on here, but it's pretty straightforward. You only need volume really. That's all I use it for, but it's nice to have a remote with it as well that's working, which is really, really cool. There you can see the speaker on the side. Can you see that, guys? So it's not stereo like the Bang & Olufsen is. You can't beat the sound of the Bang & Olufsen. It's such an amazing sound. But the picture is better on this Sharp SF1 TV because the game just goes straight to the tube. You know, there's no interference whatsoever. It's just straight in there. I'll just eject the cart. Now, what I've been doing, because the majority of my collection actually is American carts, and to avoid damaging the slot here, what I've done is I've just got the Games Master converter, and what I do is I leave that in most of the time so I don't damage the connectors inside the TV. That stays in. If I want to swap a game over, I just swap these around. It's that simple. So I don't have to keep pushing the cart in the TV and damaging the connector. So if I want to play Wild Guns, that goes on the front. If I want to play a Jap game, I just put the Jap game at the front and the American one at the back. It's that simple. So that's your eject, that's your on off, and that's your reset. So I turn it on, I should have Wild Guns. There you go. How cool is that? It's a beautiful TV. It's a big TV. It's absolutely massive. It's on par with the 21-inch Bang & Olufsen, as you can see. And of course it's a lot deeper as well. The Bang & Olufsen's got an irregular tube on there, which I do like because it's a lot further back. But, you know, you've got to have this, man. It's just awesome. Look at that picture. Absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to play some Wild Guns. Right, here we go, guys. I've got a bit of a buzz from the transform, so I do apologise. Natsumi. I'm going to give this a go on easy because normal is quite hard and I'm really crap at video games, so I'm going to try it on easy, guys, because I want to show you a bit of the levels as well if I can make it that far. So you've got shoot, jump and bomb. D-pad, so Y is shoot, B is jump, X is bomb. Okay, let's do that. Go with Clint. So you want to try and shoot their bullets if you can. Get your Vulcan cannon up so you can just obliterate everything. That's what I'm going to try and do. But it's not easy. When it says the little speech bubble comes out, that's when you want to jump, basically. Ah! Oh, Jesus. That's what you do. How am I doing, guys? I'm concentrating, I'm not talking, so I'm trying to concentrate. And then I've got the Vulcan gun. Is that a Vulcan gun? No, it's not a Vulcan gun, it's something else. And now I've got the boss. Let's give him a bomb. Done him. This is on easy. It's quite hard on easy. Fantastic game. There we go. I love the way you can just destroy everything on the screen. Like a lot of the I am crap. I've got to give that more of a go. I'm not a good example really for playing games, demonstrating games for you guys. All I can say is it's a brilliant game, it's a fantastic game. Just go and YouTube it, you could probably get someone who does a complete walkthrough of the whole game. That's it guys, that is Wild Guns. I hope you enjoyed that gameplay, even though I'm so crap. I have got a lot further than that guys, I promise. I just could not do it tonight for some reason. I think I've had too much to drink, but it is a good game, and if you can't afford the cart, just go and play it on emulation because it's really worth playing. So a few more pickups in this video, plenty more to come. My aim, and I was talking about in the beginning of this video of collecting maybe 200 Snes games. Well, all week I've been working on a list, and I've kind of narrowed it down to about 150, 160 games that I really want for the system, which basically takes up this side of my rack here, my wall shelf. So there's about 80 over here, which is all filled up, and another 80 over here will take me up to about 160. That's my plan, and I'm going to stop there because I think for me that is the ultimate collection. Anymore, it really is just shelf fillers really, and I'm not really into that. I just want to have a really cool, nice Super Nintendo collection. So there's plenty more to go. I'm not even halfway there yet, so there's plenty more videos to come. And then once I've got there, I want to go back and start updating the ones that are not in great condition. You know, getting some of them are missing manuals to get complete box manual versions of the game. I need all the jewel cases as well because I think they look great in the old jewel cases. So there's plenty more games to come, and some games are going to come out because they're not very good as well. So plenty more videos to come guys, but that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone that's going up to the arcade club this weekend, any UK VAC members, I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a great weekend. Really looking forward to it. And I'll see you on the next video. That's it.